मंच पर उपस्थित आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री सिद्धरमैया जी, हमारे राज्यसभा में हमारे वरिष्ठ नेता पूर्व केंद्रीय मंत्री पी चिदम्बरम जी, मंच पर उपस्थित आदरणीय अजय माकन जी, शक्ति सिंह गोहिल जी, दीपेंद्र हुड्डा जी, विवेक टंका जी, एएस पोनाना जी, प्रशांतो चंद्र सेन जी, शरीक अब्बासी जी और यहाँ पे उपस्थित देश भर से आए हुए कांग्रेस के सदस्यगण। इस चर्चा का विषय सामाजिक न्याय और संविधान, समानता और भाईचारा इस विषय का शीर्षक है और मैं उत्तर पूर्वांचल से आता हूं। आई कम फ्रॉम द नॉर्थ ईस्ट एंड दिस आइडिया ऑफ फ्रेटर्निटी and justice is enshrined in the history of the Northeast. And अगर उत्तर पूर्वांचल को, उसके इतिहास को, उसके संस्कृति को, उसके सपनों को अगर किसी ने समझा है तो वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ कांग्रेस पार्टी है। चाहे असम अकॉर्ड हो, चाहे शिलोंग अकॉर्ड हो, चाहे मिजो अकॉर्ड हो, चाहे सीए के खिलाफ विरोध हो, उत्तर पूर्वांचल की जो हमारी आकांक्षाएं हैं, जो हमारे अंदर डर है, उसको अगर किसी ने समझा है, सम्मान दिया है, वो तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ कांग्रेस पार्टी है। लेकिन आज अफसोस की बात यह है कि हम भाईचारा की बात करते हैं और मैं उत्तर पूर्वांचल से हूं और वर्तमान सरकार के दिन में ऐसा लगता है कि ये केंद्र सरकार उत्तर पूर्वांचल को भूल चुकी है, क्योंकि मणिपुर में जो आग लगी है, जो आग आज हमें जलते हुए घरों में नहीं लेकिन अपने अपने दिलों में महसूस होती है, उस आग को बुझाने के लिए एक बार भी प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी मणिपुर नहीं गए। उस मणिपुर में जहां पर 200 लोगों की मृत्यु हुई, उस मणिपुर में जहां पे 60,000 लोगों को बेघर किया गया, आज उस मणिपुर में आज भी जो तनाव है, उस तनाव की जिम्मेवारी आदरणीय गृह मंत्री ने नहीं ली। गृह मंत्री जी के कार्यकाल में बड़े विफलताएं हैं। पहलगाम है, इससे पहले पुलवामा था, उससे पहले उरी था, लेकिन गृह मंत्री के बड़े विफलताओं में मणिपुर का नाम भी जिक्र होना चाहिए। लेकिन जैसे प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने समय नहीं निकाला मणिपुर जाने के लिए, उसी प्रकार से गृह मंत्री ने एक शब्द भी मणिपुर के जनता से क्षमा नहीं मांगी, एक बार भी क्षमा नहीं मांगी कि वे अपने नैतिक और संवैधानिक कर्तव्य में वे विफल हुए। इट इज आफ्टर ऑल द आर्टिकल 355, द यूनियंस ड्यूटी टू प्रोटेक्ट द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्लियरली स्टेट्स, it shall be the duty of the Union to protect every state against external aggression and internal disturbance. In Manipur, this is not internal disturbance, but it is state-sponsored chaos and state-sponsored violence. And unfortunately, the minorities across Northeast India are being increasingly threatened. There is a calculated strategy to fracture the secularism and the unity in diversity of Northeast India. Currently, this government, through its various organizations, is targeting conversion through or targeting missionary faith through anti-conversion laws. Arunachal Pradesh, long dormant anti-conversion laws are being revived after decades. In many states across Northeast India, RSS-run educational institutions are going to different villages and indoctrinating tribal youth and brainwashing them and removing them and separating them from their tribal roots, culture and languages. Missionary NGOs are especially targeted through the FCRA. 70 to 80% of deregistrations under Foreign Contribution Act has affected missionary NGOs. As a result of this, schools, hospitals, social service organizations are being forced to step down or shut down. There are even threats to strip the scheduled tribe status from Christians in Tripura, Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. The message from this government is that your constitutional rights depend on your religious belief. It is shameful. What is happening now in the Northeast is development without dignity. Indigenous land rights protected under the 6th schedule of the Constitution are being trampled for palm oil plantations and huge thermal power projects. Customary laws of different states like Nagaland, are being threatened through this government's focus on bringing a uniform civil code. Tribal autonomy guaranteed in the 5th schedule and 6th schedule is systematically being eroded. The rights of the scheduled tribes are protected by Article 19(5) of the Constitution of India, and Schedule 5 and Schedule 6 of the Constitution has special provisions for the tribal communities in central and northeast India. But I can see in Assam that how tribal autonomy is being eroded. I can see across northeast states where tribal communities feel that they are being disrespected and their dreams are being shut down. And therefore, it is only the Congress party that can stand with the scheduled tribes and the various ethnic communities of Northeast India. If I have just 2 more minutes, I would like to emphasize on the other part of this session, which is equality. The first part was on fraternity, in which I spoke of the Northeast, and I would just like to spend 2 minutes on equality and talk about gender justice. Women in India have walked a long way breaking barriers, but today, in this current world, they face some old and some new threats. Digital and online harassment. In today's AI-generated world, women often face cyberbullying, trolling, and threats of deepfake. Though the right to privacy is the legal framework for cyber issues, it does not provide justice to the women of today. There is still gender discrimination at the workplace. Gender discrimination is the reason for 98% of employment gap between males and females in India, according to a 2022 report of Oxfam India. The report highlighted that women in India, despite their same educational qualification and work experience, are still being discriminated in the workforce. The situation is no different in the informal economy. Women who are working as street vendors, as domestic workers, in home-based production, agricultural labor, small-scale industry, still are faced with the challenge of lack of social protection, wage disparities, exploitation, and a sense of invisibility and lack of recognition. Balancing work and family responsibility is a tremendous burden that is there on women, which is not being shouldered equally by the men. Women are often supposed to balance informal work with family responsibilities. So, in today's world where the women have stepped forward, in today's world where young people of Northeast India are coming out and contributing to the overall India story, there is much to be done to bring about equality. There is much to be done to bring about fraternity. I'm confident that while we fight for social justice, we will always keep women and Northeast India right at the center of our attention. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Congress, Jai Samvidhan.